Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Nishant Yagnick. I'm the faculty for neurosurgery for Marrow. And today we have Dr. Joanna. The surname is Sanderwale.
Yes,
How
sir.
do you spell your name? Sanderwale? Are
Sanderwale,
you
sir.
are you Parsi?
No, sir, I'm not. I'm Kannada, actually.
Oh, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ನಡ ಗೊತ್ತುಂಟು. That has been a long time
Nice.
since I spoke Kannada. I was brought up in Andhra, so I start in Telugu, I end up in Kannada. These days that
Oh.
happens. Joanna has congratulations, Joanna.
Thank you
You've
so
scored
much,
rank
sir.
12 in the NEET exam, the recent NEET exam, and it's so nice to talk to you and have your inputs with us for to help the rest of the people who are giving the exams make them better. Uh, at the outset, congratulations. Can you tell us about yourself, Joanna? What are you
Yes.
doing? Where do you stay? Yeah.
Okay. Sir. Thank you so much for having me first. And I am actually from Belgaum, Karnataka. I did my undergraduate training from Christian Medical College, Vellore, and my post graduation in general surgery from Kasturba Medical College, Manipal.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And Joanna, how did you start thinking about your preparation and what you wanted to do and everything else?
Yes. So I gave my final exam in January this year, and my first attempt for NEET super specialty was in March. But I was not very happy with the rank that I got, so I
Yeah.
decided to give it another attempt.
Yeah.
Um, the my focused preparation started was for around 3.5 months,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I started off during my MS. I went through a lot, like I used books like Bailey and Love, Sabiston, little bit of Shackelford.
Okay.
But for prep, I decided to start off with Bailey and
Right.
not confuse myself with a lot of textbooks.
Right.
And the videos that I used from Marrow had like a summary, a compilation of all the books
Yeah.
of the textbooks. So
Yeah. Yeah.
my first step was to make sure I know Bailey.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yes. And so you concentrated, so when you decided that you wanted to give the entrance, what was the manner of your preparation? Since you must have read Bailey's and the others, how did you go back? Did you do MCQs, go back to the textbooks, or did you just read through multiple times? What is your process?
Yes. So I divided my day into a part of the day for textbook reading. Then I use the videos because videos help you to focus on the important points. Otherwise,
Right.
reading it, I end up reading like like a story, and you don't know where to focus on.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the day, I would make sure I solve a few questions.
Yeah.
Questions helped knowledge wise also, but more importantly, in training yourself to read the question, focus properly. One word you miss out in the question, and you can get the answer wrong. So,
Right.
practice helped to get that right.
And how much time did you divert towards super specialties versus your general preparation? How did you decide that?
Yes, my entire schedule, I had it divided as one third for general surgery, one third for gastro, GI surgery, and the remaining one third was super specialty, sir.
Super specialty. And how did you go about that super specialty preparation? For example, we have specific lectures just for NEET preparation, especially for those who are not going to take up neurosurgery, so that they get the gist of things. So, what was your plan for that?
Yes, for the super specialties, I read the chapters in
Right.
Bailey and Love, and I found the high yield topics, the videos on the high yield topics, very useful, sir. I've watched both the neurosurgery videos, and it was very concise and to the point, and you also gave a list of topics to focus on. So if I felt inadequate in any of the topics, I could go back and read another book or practice MCQs specifically on that topic. So I used the high yield topics list for most of the super specialties, plastic surgery and pediatric surgery, all of those.
Right. Right.
Yes. And
And yeah, please go ahead.
any topic that felt like I needed more information, I would go back to the main videos also.
Good. Excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
And how did you find the paper, yeah, Joanna, this time?
This time I was not very sure, sir. I thought it went okay, but I couldn't tell whether I've done well because
As opposed to past papers that you might have attempted, what was the
yes,
difficulty level of the paper?
uh, it was almost on the same level, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Any specific parts like is general surgery harder, or was CTVS harder, or plastic harder, or neurosurgery harder, or anything like that you felt?
In the first paper, I found CTVS very hard, sir.
Okay.
Like I couldn't answer many questions. So this
Right.
time I made sure I focused on CTVS, and again the Marrow videos helped, sir. So
Excellent.
I went through the main videos, not just the high yield topics.
Okay.
So this time I found that I had improved in the CTVS part.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Yes.
And did you feel that the coverage for one subspecialty or superficial topic was more than the other this time, or was it equivalent?
I think again they had focused a lot on CTVS, sir. A lot
Yeah,
of
I thought
thoracic
so.
surgery and lung questions were there.
Yeah. It was
Yes.
surprising because I received the paper. I think tomorrow, I'm supposed to be tomorrow now because of the rains. We're doing it on Friday. I'm just going to do the revision of the questions in neurosurgery. I'll, did you see the? I think there was a lot of questions on just images of subdural hematoma and extradural
Yes.
hematoma. I found 3 or 4 questions. Was that right?
Yes. There were a lot
Okay.
of neurosurgery, only the like most of them were image based
Yeah,
questions.
that's what I felt. In fact, I had to modify it. I just put one image of an EDH and SDH, and probably that will answer all the questions,
Yes.
and one SAH. Right? Did you find it easy for the neurosurgery paper? I hope you found it easy and
Yes, sir.
answerable.
But yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the
I
aim.
yes, sir. I
Yeah,
went back to my notes that I made from the high yield
yeah,
videos, sir. High yield
yeah,
topics,
yeah,
and
yeah. And
yes.
what would you advise the next generation that when should they start preparing? How should they decide? 2 questions. So when should they start preparing for their entrance exams, whether it's INI or NEET? When do you think they should decide to take a specialty? What would be your take on that?
The part to decide about specialty, I think it's based on exposure that you get
Yeah,
during general surgery during your MS. So unless you're in the uh, working in the department in the depth of it, I think it
yeah,
is very hard to decide. And
right,
so based on exposure, it is better. Then you know it for yourself. And to start preparation, I think you everyone has to have a strong foundation, strong base. So during MS, read textbooks,
right.
standard textbooks more than and then discuss and have clinical case discussions. Ward rounds helped a lot. So my surgery department focused a lot on academics, and yes, so
I
that
know.
helped.
It's a wonderful, wonderful department
Yes,
regarding that. It really does help. There are many kids, however, who are not in institutions which are very, very academic. They're more hands-on.
yes,
In fact, a lot of the drudge work, I say, goes to students who have to work a lot on in their residency on just preparing files, preparing patients, preparing
yes,
presentations. But I think having an academic department like yours is very nice. It got me
yes.
interested in surgery, right? So, and do you what do you think about group? Did you have a friends for a group preparation? Did you online or offline, or was it more of a solo thing for you?
No, so I prefer solo studies.
You prefer solo studies,
Yes.
and
I had
yeah,
friends to keep me in check.
yeah.
Yes, sir. So we used to like make sure we all were covering the topics and all. But uh, myself, I did not participate in group discussions.
Group discussions. And what is your focus? What do you like to take up after this?
I would like to take up gastrosurgery, so surgical
Gastro
gastro.
surgery,
Yes.
surgical gastro. And in surgical gastro, so how much, I guess for you, it would be more streamlined for INI versus NEET preparation, right? I mean,
Yes.
or do you think that that's why when I heard you say Shackleford, I realized you're going to do, you're going to do gastro. Anyone who says Mingo or Shackleford generally wants to do gastro.
Yes.
Um, But did you give special preparation time for INI versus NEET, or did you focus on NEET directly?
Uh, I mostly focused on NEET, sir.
You
Yes,
mostly focus on NEET.
I did not prepare separately for INI.
And what was that? Why was that decision? I mean, it was a calculated decision, or was it because of some like you? Do you think the colleges or the available institutions are more varied?
Yes, NEET has a broader list of colleges that you can get in, and I had just started my NEET prep, and then INI was right in the middle, so I didn't want to
Oh,
break focus on NEET by aiming for too many things. So I thought
too
just
many
focus
things.
on, yes.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. So, to a person who is, for example, got their MS exam, do you have the 6 monthly MS exam, or do you have the MS exam in May?
Just
Uh,
once a year. So.
once a year. What month is
Yes.
that?
For our batch, because we were delayed for COVID, ours was in
Okay,
January. Yes.
yours was in January.
Yes.
What would be your advice? Let's say someone is starting preparation 2 months in advance, and INI NEET are close by. Would
Yes.
you advise them to do prepare more for INI or more for NEET, or vice versa? What would be your advice to them?
So the final decision depends on the institutions they want. If
Yeah,
you really want AIMS and the national institutes, then you can focus fully on INI, sir. Because the preparation is, I found, is very different.
right.
Because INI, you have to pick a specialty. That is also another factor, sir. If you
Yeah,
know exactly what you want to do, then yes, INI, just pick that specialty, pick up the books and start off for INI.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if you want more options, or if you're not sure about the specialty, then I think NEET is a better option.
It is a better option.
Yes.
Any advice, final advice you would like to give to everyone who's giving NEET in particular, or and gastro in particular? The SR and in my Infortis Manesar, where I'm head of neurosurgery, the poor guy got 1800 rank, and this is the second attempt, and
Oh.
he wanted surgical gastro.
Oh.
Although I have made him do a ton of craniotomies, but he has not budged from doing
From
surgical gastro. So, any advice for him and others who you feel that from your personal journey of the important points you can list out to help them?
yes. First, it starts with building a strong base for the subject itself, and that can start from your first year of MS. So read textbooks, standard textbooks, and once you have built a base during MS, then the NEET prep is just adding things on top of that.
Yeah.
So you can focus on subjects that you hadn't done well in MS or hadn't read well, and um, practice a lot of questions. Yes.
Okay, particular. So from what I have seen, I think doing the MCQs is. Can you just tell me your sources for MCQs that so that we can also update our question bank? What were your where did you get your MCQs from? Was it standard books? Did you use the Sebastian MCQ book? There's a book that used to have MCQs just from Sebastian, produced by the publishers of Sebastian. Did you use all of those?
No, sir, I did not. I used the Marrow question bank.
Yeah. You
Yes.
felt the Marrow question bank was good enough for
Yes, sir. It
preparation.
was.
So I'm so glad we worked hard on it. We're going
Yes.
extending from the neurosurgery side. Dr. Rohan is always at work making sure that
Oh.
all the MCQs are covered. So
Yes. And one more point about the Marrow question bank, I like how organized it is. Like it, you can go topic wise, you can go previous questions. So
yeah,
I found that very useful. And
that's nice.
yes, sir. And each module is not too long. Like if you see a module with 100 questions, you consider whether I should start it or no. So
Yeah,
when they have like 30, 40 questions, it's more doable, and like
more
I could,
doable.
yes, more encouraging to finish it.
Would you like, at least from the subspecialty or subspecialty part, to divide the MCQs into NEET based questions? Because I find that the NEET based questions are easier a bit,
Yes.
unless someone funky comes over and makes the paper, which has happened in the past. But other than that, would you like us to divide them into those who are for INI versus for NEET?
Yes, that would be helpful.
That would
If,
be helpful.
yes, sir. For people who are focused on one thing, it is
Yeah.
easier to sort through them.
And any advice do you have for especially for the neurosurgery side or in general, for us that we could make things better? Any problems that you had, anything you wished you had received from Marrow?
Uh, no, sir. Like I think I'm quite happy. Maybe high yield topics, sir. Maybe like we have it. I think we don't have it for surgical oncology. So
Okay.
that, yes,
I'm sure they'll make a note of it, and
yes.
then we'll probably update. I'll tell Dr. Rohan and the team that surgical oncology needs an updation for the high yield
Yes,
topics one.
yes.
Right. Good, excellent. And so, what institution are you expecting? Can you just have you researched? I don't know much about what's going on in surgical gastro and where all the seats are. In my time, there were 6 seats. That's it, just 6 seats of surgical gastro. So, I mean, among MCH, there were some DNB seats, but even those were far and few, and we didn't know. We had, in fact, FNBs. People took FNBs much more than they took DNB or MCH, because
Okay.
everyone would just go to an FNB and start doing bariatric and things like that. So, what is your aim? Like, what was going to happen?
I've according to what I've found out right now, GB Pant is the best.
The best.
So
Okay.
yes, so I'm hoping I get something there.
Okay.
Uh, yes. Otherwise, I'm not. I'm still deciding. So I'm not very sure.
All right. If
Yes.
you come over to Delhi anytime, and if you want to meet up, I'm in Gurgaon. I'm in Gurgaon for the last 8 years, 9 years now, and at
Okay.
Fortis Manesar. And if you've any other doubts in terms of what you want to take, I'm very sure, Joanna, you're going to make an excellent neurosurgeon. All right.
Yes.
I don't want your life to be hell, but it is going to be you. I'm sure you would make an excellent neurosurgeon. All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for listening up. And Joanna, you're very sweet. And I hope that you have the best of success. And please wish your parents from our side as well, because I think your parents, your siblings, I think they are the big contributors.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
any of your friends made it? Or those of your MS batchmates? Anyone?
A lot of them, sir. Like,
Good.
yeah, four of us are in top 100.
Oh, excellent. Wonderful. And
Yes.
what do they want to take? All of them want surgical gastro or onco?
All of them are surgical gastro versus onco, sir.
I have to talk to the neurosurgeons in Manipal now. I know, sir, and I have to tell them, you guys are not encouraging enough.
Yes.
Right. So nice to talk to you. And thank you guys for listening in. So, and we'll see you later.